I've been spreading a message recently that in order for humanity to start writing the next chapter of history, we all need to be on the same page. And I don't think that a lot of people know what that means exactly, so I'm going to tell you right now. We are in a climate emergency. We are facing the potential of climate collapse. Many people don't necessarily seem to know what that means, so I'm going to bring you up to speed. Our planet is a globe with a collection of ecological systems, environmental ecosystems, and biological organisms interacting and coexisting to be able to create a maintained system that provides the four pillars of life. These four pillars are water, that all organisms rely on in some aspect, air, which we breathe, food that we eat, energy that we consume in order to move and function and turn and convert this energy into mechanical energy. And the fourth and final pillar is habitat or home. Without any one of these four pillars, life cannot exist on this planet, and that includes humanity. The interconnected ecological systems allow for life to exist, and there are primary keystone systems, primary keystone biological organisms that provide vital, integral aspects of support for this network. 3.5 billion years of evolution have led to this point, and that is what is at risk. Human activity right now is the primary contributor to climate destruction, climate collapse, climate breakdown. So this is what I mean when we all need to be on the same page. And with that as well, we currently do not have any scientific, technologic, intellectual capability to accurately predict the implications of the continued acceleration of climate collapse. By that, I mean we had no way of predicting whether or not the Amazon rainforest was going to catch fire and burn down. We had no way of predicting the 12.5 billion metric tons of ice lost in Greenland a month ago. We have no way of predicting or realizing that it would only take days, not years, for the permafrost in the Arctic, in Russia, in the northern continents to thaw. We cannot predict the next extreme event, and we cannot predict which species will be targeted with the continued acceleration of ocean acidification, air pollution, and climate collapse. So within that, we all need to be aware of this crisis and the fact that over the course of the next 12 years, now 11 and a couple months that the IPCC report stated we have as time to take action, that is not a blanket statement that gives us 12 years to take action. That is an emergency call-out, phrased in incredibly conservative language as to not panic the public, that essentially gives us 3 or 4 years maximum to completely shift our foundations as a civilization, and another 4 to 7, 8 years to get used to those changes. So we need to be doing everything that we can right now in order to act. And over the course of the last couple months, I've been working with Fridays for Future Nelson and Climate Strike Canada in order to work with the youth movement to try and accelerate change and wake people up, because that is the primary role that the youth are playing currently, is to wake people up. And over the course of the September Week of Action, the 20th to the 27th, it ended yesterday, we had over 7 million people globally participating in climate action. But that's not enough. In order to radically change human civilization, we need to mobilize 3.5 to 5% of the global population. At minimum, that is 270 million people acting in unison in order to instill rapid and radical change. Every single one of our primary foundations as a species, as a global civilization, need to be transformed. If any action, if any system contributes to the destruction of the systems that maintain water, air, food, and habitat, then they need to be redesigned, realigned, redefined, or left behind. This is the process of change. This is the process of growth. This is the process of evolution. The alternative is extinction, and that is an unacceptable alternative. So I'm committing myself to taking radical action, to moving towards the next step, and in order to completely shift everything, we are going to have to do everything. We cannot allow fear to judge, or we cannot allow fear to cloud our judgment, and we cannot allow fear to judge this situation through us. We cannot cater to these social norms that we've created because our biological existence is at risk. So I'm willing to put myself on the line, and I'm going to be jumping into massive radical action, and all of you, unfortunately, will have to give up a little bit of your comfort now, invest yourself in a slight amount of discomfort in order to ensure that we have a future as a species on this planet. Either we get uncomfortable now and we prosper later, or we continue with business as usual and we all die. And it's going to happen sooner than later. We seriously only have a couple of years to take massive action because the rate of acceleration of climate degradation, it's on a pretty steep curve right now, and it's just going to continue, and we cannot afford to allow that increase. of acceleration to reach a point of 90 degrees, because humanity will not be here if that happens. And we need massive economic disruption. We need massive political disruption. We need massive unity, because the future that we can collaborate to create is beautiful. It's unimaginable. The potential is unlimited. And the only limitations that prevent us from achieving that future are the limitations that we create for each other and for ourselves. And I'm excited to collaborate with each and every one of you on this journey. I'm stepping past fear because it no longer serves me. And I hope that you can do the same. Together we will build a better future. Inaction will lead to extinction, but action will lead to evolution. And that's something that I'm willing to commit myself to, because evolution is beautiful. Thank you.